Now, listen, it looks like Latto has decided to take another page of the pink print, but as usual, she is acting like she doesn't know where that whole inspiration came from. And honestly speaking, I am not surprised at this point. She does this all the time. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the tea plug. Now, this video is going to be very short as I'm going to talk about lottery ticket. So, lottery has decided to be on radio, and she now has her own show, and it's called 777 or something like that. And yeah, of course, fans are reacting to her, to the news of that, as people are like, oh, basically you are copying Nicki Minaj's Queen radio thing, because now what every girl is actually going to be having their own podcast, and some are actually calling her out for that, because remember the other time she said to Amon, all you do is sit all day and talk about people's business, and basically looking down upon the podcasting, blogging, kind of, world. And so for her to come out actually now saying that she has a radio show coming up, of course people would give her the side eye. Now, when asked in an interview who inspired her, she went ahead and said Nebraska. I don't know why I call that girl Nebraska. Her name is Nadeska or something like that. But yeah, if you're wondering why I feel this way about this girl, she's the girl who sat there with Ebro and was basically trying to come for Nicki Minaj any chance that she got. And now I see it now makes sense, because the way that she was so vile, she was so negative towards Nicki Minaj. Like each time Ebro was trying to give Nicki Minaj her flowers, she would chip in and basically give like a, like try and down the compliment or try and dilute the compliment with some nonsense or something. And now it makes sense, because according to lottery, Nebraska is the one who like inspired yes, Nebraska is the one who inspired her to to start this entire radio show thing. And so it makes sense why that girl continuously was trying to downplay Nicki Minaj's achievements. And if I tell you guys that if you're looking at things from a logical point of view, there is no way one can say Latto can even be mentioned in the same sentence as Nicki Minaj. But if, of course, you're looking at it from like, this is my favorite, this is what I'm benefiting from this person, which clearly Nebraska was benefiting or like had something coming up with Latto. And of course, that is the reason why she was coming for Nicki Minaj hard like that. And I'm like, Nebraska, you're literally a non-factor on even on that podcast, okay? Not even in the female rap, industry or like movement at all. Even on that podcast, Nebraska is a non-factor. And yeah, now that makes sense why she kept on coming in hard, for the Queen, basically coming for Nicki Minaj. I'm like, oh my God, even though you're saying you love Latto and that's your goal or things like that, what she was doing in that interview was the most. If you guys did not watch the interview, or if you just like to see snippets of what Nebraska was doing, please do go to Ebro's page and check out, that episode where he was basically talking about Nicki Minaj on Women's Day. Honestly speaking, yeah, I don't see this 777 or whatever podcast doing much, because if the people can't even buy your music, they're not even going to pay you listen they're not even going to want to to listen to you talk like Cardi B, or like a mixture of Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and whatever, because I feel like Latto at this point doesn't have her own personality. She's always trying to be the next person. She's always trying to be the next female. That being said, good luck to Nebraska and Lottery on their new podcast, but I doubt a lot of people are actually going to be tuning in. I think even Karisha would do much better on radio than Latto, because it's so confusing. Okay, she is one moment trying to act so hood, and then the next moment she's like a Karen. So you can't really tell which Latto you're going to get. Do you get what I'm saying? However, that's just my opinion, you guys. So do hop into the comment section and let me know what you think about that. Do you think that a lot of people are going to be tuning in for Nebraska and Latto or whatever? Personally, I'm not going to be tuning in. Thank you very much for watching, and until my next one,